One of the most important things is your ohm meter or multimeter. This will tell you whether you have good continuity in a circuit. What does that mean? Whether it's going to be able to pass electricity without a whole lot of resistance. Let's see a basic test for your ohm meter. Right now, this particular ohm meter is reading open field, which means there's a large amount of resistance between the two leads. Clearly, because they're not that close in proximity. If you touch the two leads together, you'll notice that you get a value of 0.1, which is really nothing when it comes to resistance. That's pretty good. Let's test this on a wire. This particular wire was removed during one of our previous videos on damage within a 6-inch rule. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test this particular lead to see if it was extremely damaged or just maybe nicked. I'm going to cut the opposite end so I can get my lead on there. And now I'm going to take my negative or common, my positive or red lead, and I'm just going to touch the two surfaces together. If you notice, open field. That's a lot of resistance there. There's going to be no current passing through that wire. You can see in the wire that we removed from our previous chapter on repairing damage within 6 inches of a wire lead, we went ahead and we spliced in a new section of lead. Now let's test this one with our new splice in there. Again, touching opposite sides of the wire, resistance is perfect. So, what does that show you? That there's an open in this wire. Let's pick it up and take a closer look. From appearance sake, it looks like it's pretty decent. You can see where it's nicked. But when you get closer and you inspect it a little bit further, and I'll open it up, you'll notice that there is definitely an open in there. The wire strands have been cut in half, making it impossible for current to pass through. One of the other testing tips we wanted to give you was the use of the wiring diagram. Boy, you really need to get familiar with these. The vehicle's electrical systems are based on these. In this particular wiring diagram, it's for a 2009 Nissan Altima. The connector housing we replaced in one of our previous videos. What I wanted to illustrate here is the flow of the diagram. Power, in this particular diagram provided by Mitchell on Demand, flows from the top and then flows through the bottom to all your ground points. That's the typical flow on this particular wiring diagram. Some OEM wiring diagrams read from left to right, where power starts on the left side and carries its way through to the ground side on the right. The other thing that's interesting to note on these wiring diagrams, pin positions. You'll notice here that the transmission control module is illustrated in this drawing, and it's numbered with wire color. So if you do have that mental hiccup, don't panic. Just go back to the wiring diagram and pick up where you left off. Find some of the previous installations, identify the wire that you think you might have misplaced, and restore it back to OEM.